Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. We got some 1961 New York Yankee baseball. We got the Yankees traveling to Cleveland to take on the Indians. And let's look at the starting lineup for the visiting New York Yankees. Leading off, playing shortstop, is Tony Kubek. Playing second is Bobby Richardson. Batting third, playing right field is Roger Maris. Batting fourth, playing center is Mickey Mantle. Batting fifth, playing first base is Bill Skowron. Hey, Hunter. Batting sixth, doing the catching behind the plate, Yogi Berra. Batting seventh in left field is Lopez, Hector type. Batting eighth, playing third is Clinton Boyer. And on the mound, batting ninth for the New York Yankees is Bob Turley. Let's take a look at the hometown Cleveland Indians. And we got leading off, playing second, Johnny Temple. Batting second, playing center field, Don Dellard. Batting third, playing left field is Tito Franco. Batting fourth, playing first is Victor Power. Batting fifth, playing right field is Willie Kirkland. Batting sixth, behind the plate is John Roman. And batting seventh, playing shortstop is Woody Held. Batting eighth, playing third base is Bubba Phillips. And on the mound, doing the pitching for the Cleveland Indians is going to be Jim Perry. Let's go down here to Municipal Stadium in Cleveland and get this game underway, folks. And here's the first pitch to Tony Kubek. And we got a 26. That's a liner right back to the mound. Perry makes the catch. One out here in the first. We got Bobby Richardson up now. And he's going to pop that ball up behind the plate. Roman's got that. There's two outs here in the first. Brings up Roger Maris. Here's Roger. And he's going to hit that ball down the short. Held's got it. He fires over the first. 3 up and 3 down for the Yanks. As we go to the bottom of the first, Temple, Dillard, and Francona due up for the Indians. And here's the pitch to Temple. And that's going to be a strikeout. Nice job by Bob. Strikes him out. Here's Dillard. And that's going to be a base hit in the left center. Lopez cuts it off, fires it back in. Runner on first. 1 out here for Francona. And here's the pitch to John. And that's going to be a base on balls. So all of a sudden now first and second, 1 out after the strikeout. Here comes Vic Power up. And that ball is going to be hit down to second, a high fly. Bobby calls everybody off. He's under it and makes the catch. 2 down here in the bottom of the first. And here's Kirtland up. And he walks Kirtland to walk the bases loaded. Looked like Bob had control with that strikeout to start the game. But all of a sudden, he's lost the strike zone. Here comes John Romo. And he's going to lace that ball in the left field. And runners are going to advance 2 bases. And Cleveland's going to take a 2-0 lead here. So we're going to have first and third, 2 down. 2 runs already in. Here comes Held. What can Woody do here? And he's going to fly out the left, but the damage is done. Cleveland scores 2. It's 2-0 Indians as we go to the top of the second. We got Manum scouring and Barrett due up here for the Yankees. Here's the pitch to Mick. And he walks to Mick. Mick trots on down to first. See if Moose can make him pay. He has been this year. Moose is hitting .270 with 12 home runs on the year. See if he makes him pay for walking Mick. And he sure does. He drives that ball into center field. Mick will stop at second. All of a sudden, the Yankees are in business now. First 2 runners aboard here in the second. First and second for everybody's favorite Yogi. Yogi Berra is up now. Here's the pitch to Yo. Can he drive the Mick in from second? And he's going to walk the bases loaded himself. Old Perry all of a sudden is losing it here. Nobody out, bases loaded for Hector Lopez. Let's see if Hector can drive in some runs here, folks, for the Yanks. And he sure does. He hits that ball in the left center just out of the reach of Held. And runners are going to advance 2 bases, folks. We got first and third, and nobody out here. In the top of the second, Yanks come back and tie this game up. Still threatening. We got Boyer due up now. Can he keep this merry-go-round going? So far, everybody's reached base here in the second. And he's going to walk Boyer. Bases is going to be jammed for Bob Turley. The Indians will be playing back for the double play here. They've already given up 2 runs. Here's the pitch to Bob. And how about this, folks? And that's a strike amount, and Bob gets ejected from the game for arguing the balls and strikes. So the Yankees will have to be going to the bullpen here early. As like I say, Bob gets ejected. Sure, not what the Yankees needed here. That's for sure. They'll probably bring in Coates the pitch. So we got 1 out, bases are still loaded. Here comes Tony Q back up the bat. And Tony strikes out. Back-to-back strikeouts here for Perry after getting in this mess. Bobby Richardson here break this tie with a 2-out hit. He sure can. That's a single over first. And runners are going to advance 2 bases on that single in the right field with 2 outs. So we'll have first and third now, 2 outs. Nice piece of hitting by Bobby Richardson. And the Yankees are up 4-2. Here comes Roger. See if Roger can do some damage here against Perry. And he walks Roger. Walks the bases loaded again. And that brings up the Mick with the bases juiced. No place to put Mick. He's got a pitch to him. Here's the pitch. And Mick drives that ball into left field. And 2 runs are scored. And Roger will end up down at third. The merry-go-round keeps going, folks. So first and third again. That brings up Moose. They're out to talk to Jim, asking what the hell his problem is. They're going to get their bullpen up. John Anteloni's up in the bullpen for them. Here's the pitch to Moose. This game is crazy, folks. It's all of a sudden a 6-2 ball game. Hi, Thomas. This sure ain't no pitching duel here today. And Moose just blasts this ball into our right field. That ball is deep. That ball is back. Kirkland at the warning track turns around and watches that one leave the ballpark, folks. Woo! The Yankees have just busted this game open. They've lost their pitcher. He got ejected for arguing balls and strikes when he struck out, but everything else is going their way this inning. And just like it is a 9-0 game, and that is it. That is it. They got to take him out now. Perry doesn't even make it through 2 innings. That's all for Jim. We'll bring on John Antonelli. Come in here. See what John can do for him. Can he get him out of this inning? Sure way. There's Johnny. So this will be a bullpen game here, folks. Alrighty, Yogi up now with nobody on and 2 outs, and the score 9-2 Yanks. The Bronx Bombers are living up to their name today. And a 34, and that's going to be a pop up to short. Cleveland finally gets out of the inning, but the Yanks score 9 and lead this game 9-2. We'll bring in Jim Coates to pitch for the Yanks, since Bob got ejected. Try to get some innings out of Jim here. Alrighty, due up for the Indians is Phillips, the pitcher Johnny Antonelli, and Templeton. Here we go with the pitch to Phillips. And he drives that ball into the right field. That ball is deep. That ball is far. Roger turns around and waves at that one. Goodbye. Sure. So Jim Coates, maybe he wasn't warmed up enough. So he gets lit up as soon as he comes in, and it's a 9-3 game. Yankees ahead. Here comes Johnny. And he flies out the right field for the first out of here in the second. Here comes Temple up now. What can Johnny do here? He's 0 for 1. He struck out the first time against Bob. And he's going to line that ball right back to Jim. Jim makes the catch in self-defense. That's 2 outs here. All righty, here comes Don Dillard up. And he hits that ball down the short. Hugh back up with it, fires over the Moose at first. That'll end the inning, but the Indians do score 1. Make it 9-3 Yankees with that home run. So we go to the top of the third. We got Lopez, Boyer, and Coates due up. And Lopez hits that ball down the held. He fires over the first. Power makes the play over there at first, 1 down. Here's Boyer up now. And he walks Clint. Boyer's down at first now for Coates. And we'll try to sacrifice him down the second here. Here comes Jim up the plate, the bunt. And that's a foul, strike 1. He hits that ball back to the pitcher too hard. He fires it back to held at short to get the lead runner. So 2 down here. Coates is on at first now for Quebec. And Tony's 0 for 2 here today. See if he can get off the snide here in the third. 34, he's going to fly out to center. And that'll end the inning. Yankees leave one on as we go to the bottom of the third. It is 9-3 Yankees. We got Francona, Power, and Kirtland up for the Indians. Due up. And Francona drives that ball back to Coates. He gloves it, one down. Here comes Victor Power up now. And he hits that ball to deep center, but Mick travels back near the warning track and gets it for the second out of the inning. Here comes Kirtland up. Kirtland walked his first time up. And he hits that ball down to second. And Bobby's up with it. He fires over the first. Bill Scouring, and that's 3 up, 3 down for the Indians. We make our way to the top of the fourth now. 9-3 Yanks. Here's Richardson due up, followed by Maris and then Mantle. And Bobby hits that ball down the hill at short. He fires over the Power. 1 out. Here comes Roger. Roger's 0 for 1 today with a walk. And that ball's hit the deep right field. Kirtland's going back at the track. He makes the catch. 2 down. Here comes the mixter. And that is a foul ball. Strike 1 on Mick. That ball is hit deep. That ball is back. Kirtland makes the catch, though, out there in right field. They're pounding the ball, but it didn't quite have the oomph. It just missed the home run. So 3 up and 3 down for the Yanks. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Roman, Held, and Phillips are due up for the Indians. And that is hit down the short. Quebec bobbles that ball. And Roman will be on an error on short. Brings up Held now. Nobody out and runner on first. Where's Woody? And that's what the doctor ordered. That ball's hit down the second. Bobby tosses it over to Quebec. He fires it over to Bill. That's your 4-6-3 double play. 2 outs now, nobody on for Phelps. Here's the pitch to Phelps. And that ball is hit down the Quebec. He doesn't mess with this one. Takes his time, fires over. That'll end the inning. Go to the top of the fifth now. Scored 9-3. Here comes Moose. And Scouring hits that ball into left center. Francone goes over and cuts it off. But Bill's on with a single. Comes Yogi up now. And Yogi's 0 for 1 with a walk. See if Yogi can get a hit here. And that's exactly what he does. He hits that ball in the center field. Moose will stop at second. So the first 2 batters are on. As Lopez comes up now with first and second, nobody out. And here's the pitch to Hector. And that ball is hit in the right field. And Scouring will hold there at second. That's not deep enough for Moose. He doesn't have great speed. So that's 1 down here in the fifth. Brings up Clint Boyer. And Boyer's 0 for 1 today. 0 for 0. He's walked twice. And he's going to walk again, folks. They're scared of Clint. I think it's because the pitcher's due up next, folks. I don't think they're really scared of Boyer. All righty, can Jim help his own cause here? He's had 3 at-bats this season, hasn't gotten a hit. And they strike out Jim. 2 down here in the 5th. Brings up Quebec. Can Tony add to this 9-3 lead with a 2-out hit? And the answer is no, folks. He hits that ball down the 3rd. Right at Phillips. He nailed it, but Phillips makes the catch on that line drive. And that'll end the inning. Yankees threaten to leave the bases loaded, but it's still 9-3. So we make our way to the 5th. No pitch hit for Johnny here. All righty, who are they going to bring in the pitch hit? Water Bond is going to come in the pitch hit. And they got Latman warming up in the bullpen here. So like I say, Bond will come in the pitch hit. There's Walt. All righty, here's the pitch to Bond. And he hits that ball down the Quebec at short. Quebec up with it. He fires over to Bill Scourin at first. 1 down. That brings up Temple. Here's the pitch to John. And that ball's hit down the short. Quebec bobbles this one. Tony's having a heck of a day down there at short. That's the 2nd error on Tony. Sure. That gets Temple on for Dillard. Got a runner on first. 1 out here. Yankees looking to turn 2. And that ball's hit down to Tony. Takes his time this time. Flips it over to Bobby. He fires it over to Scourin. They get the 6-4-3 double play, so the error doesn't hurt them. And we go to the top of the 6th now. We got to bring in Latman. The pitch. Alrighty, Barry comes in the pitch here in the 6th. Alrighty, folks. Here comes Bobby. Maris and Mantle due up here in the 6th inning. And that ball is lined right back to Latman. Welcome to the game. He makes the catch there, folks. Brings up Roger. Roger's over 2 today with a walk. And he's got a base hit now. Hits that ball in the left center. That brings up the Mick now with Maris on at first. 1 down. And Mick's 1 for 2 with single. And how many RBIs? Mick got 2 RBIs on that single. And That's 2 balls and no strikes on Mick. See if he can take advantage of this batter's count. And he does just that. That ball is back, and going over the right field fence here in Municipal Stadium. And just like that, folks, it's 11-3. Mick with his 10th home run of the year. That brings up Moose now with 1 out and nobody on. And the hit parade just keeps coming, folks, as Moose hits that ball in the left center. Dillard's up with it. He fires it back in. But Moose is on at first for Yogi. Moose is 4 for 4 now on the day. Here comes Yogi. He's 1 for 2 with a walk also. And that ball is hit down to second. He flips it over the held at short, who fires it over to Victor. And that's a 4-6-3 double play. And that gets Indians out of the inning. But not until the Yanks add 2 on Mick's home run. And all of a sudden it's 11-3 ball game. And here's the bottom of the 6th. Francona, Power, and Kirtland due up for the Indians. And that ball's hit down to Boyer at third. He fires over the Moose. 1 down. Here comes Power up now. Is it Power Hour or not? Nope, that ball's hit down to Quebec. A little dangerous today for the Yankees when the ball's hit down there, but he makes the play. He fires over the Moose. 2 down. And here's Kirtland up as we drop the dice. And Kirtland gets a hold of this off of Jim Coates. And he drives that ball into right center, splits the gap for a stand-up double. Kirtland on now, 2 outs, runner on second for Roman. And here's the pitch to John. And that's going to be a high pop up to short. Quebec calls everybody off, makes the play to end the inning. So the Indians leave 1, still trail 11-3. Here comes Lopez, Boyer, and probably a pitch hitter for Jim. Lopez is up now. And they strike out Hector. 1 down here in the 7th. Here comes Boyer. And he strikes out Boyer. Latman's dealing today, folks. After that home run to Mantle. Like I say, we'll get Jim out of there. He pitched a good game out of the bullpen, especially not knowing he was coming in that early when Bob got tossed. And we'll probably bring in Danny McDermott to pitch here in the 7th, 8th, and 9th. And we'll bring Johnson in the pitch hit here, folks. There's Darren. All righty, 2 outs, nobody on for Johnson. And he hits that ball down the held. And that'll be the final out of the inning. He fires over the Power. 3 up and 3 down for the Yanks. We go to the 7th inning stretch, folks. Here's Danny. Danny boy. Alrighty, Danny will be facing Held Phelps, and probably a pitch hitter for Latman. And here's the pitch to Held. And that ball's hit down to Boyer at third, fires across the diamond. One down here in the seventh. Here comes Phelps up now. What can Bubba do? And he strikes him out. Two down here in the seventh. We'll have a pitch hitter for Latman. And Bob Allen probably be coming on the pitch here. Old Chuck will come in here to pitch hit for the Indians. There's Chuck. Alrighty, two down, nobody on here. See what he can do. And he's going to fly out to Lopez and left. And that'll end the inning. 3 up and 3 down. As Allen will come on the pitch for the Indians. He'll have the top of the order. He'll have Quebec, Richardson, and Maris due up. There's Mr. Allen. Out there's Bob. Alrighty. Here's the pitch to start the top of the eighth to Quebec. And that is a pop up to short. One down. Quebec makes that play. Held makes that play. Here's Bobby Richardson. Bobby's 1 for 4 here today. 46. That ball's hit down the third. Phelps is up with it. Fires over the power. 2 down here. Brings up Roger Maris. Rogers 1 for 3 and also walked today. And that ball's hit down the Held. He fires over the power to end the inning. 3 up and 3 down for the Yanks. We go to the bottom of the eighth. Top of the order due up for Cleveland, Temple, Dillard, and Francona. Here's the pitch to Johnny. And he walks Johnny. What you want to do with a 11-3 lead here. Start walking people. Here's Don Dillard. And he's going to make them pay for that. That ball's hit into right field, and Temple will go to third on that. You got first and third, nobody out here. That'll bring up John Francona. See what happens. Yanks are playing deep, looking for the double play. And that's not going to work. That's going to be a fly out, and the runner's going to score, hit the Mick. Brings in 1. So we got 1 down now with a runner on first. And the score is 11-4 now. Here comes Power up now. And Victor's going to hit a deep fly ball to center. Mick's drifting back. Has enough room out there in center to make the play. 2 down. Here's Kirtland now. Willie Kirtland. 2 outs here in the eighth. And that ball is popped up. And Boyer calls everybody off. He's got it in fair territory. Cleveland adds 1, makes it 11-4 Yanks as we go to the top of the 9th. And here's Mantle. Scourin and Bear due up for the Yanks. Here's the pitch to Mick. And he strikes out the Mick. 1 down here in the 9th. Here comes Bill Scourin, the Moose. And that ball is hit down the second. Easy play for Temple. And that'll be 2 outs here in the 9th. Here comes Yogi. See if Yogi can keep this inning alive. And that ball's popped up to third. Phelps has got room in fair territory. Easy play. I got to redo that. I just made that go to second. It was down the third. Hit the wrong button, folks. I'll pop up the third, not the second. All righty. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Bottom part of the lineups do Roman, Held, and Phelps. And the pitcher spot do if they get to that. Here's the pitch to John. And he hits that ball down the second. Richardson up with it. Flips over the first. 1 down here in the bottom of the 9th. Held's up now. Here's Woody. And they strike Woody out. 2 down here. Indians are down to their last out. It's John Bubba Phelps is up. And he's going to pop that ball up to Boyer. He calls everybody off, gets under it, and that's your ball game, folks. 11-4. A big 9-run 2 in the second inning does the trick. The Yankees blast the Indians here in the first of 2. Let's take a look at the box score here, folks. Make it 9 in a row for the Yankees. Blow out Cleveland. Fans home frustrated. Mickey Mantle led the offense 2 for 4 with a walk, a home run, and 4 RBIs, folks. The Lions score 11 runs on 10 hits and 2 errors, and both of them by Quebec. The Indians 4 runs on 5 hits and no errors, and Bob Turley got tossed for arguing balls and strikes in the second inning, folks. That's why he didn't pitch long. Yeah. Yep. Of course, Jim Perry couldn't get out of the second, giving up 5 hits on 9 runs and walked 4, struck out 2, and gave up the big home run. The bullpen did a good job for the Yanks. Jim gets the win, and McDermott with a 3-inning save. Ain't that something, folks? He gets a save in 11-4 ball game. Let's do some fast play here in the American League. We got the Orioles taking on the Angels in Baltimore. Let's see what happens down the road in Baltimore. Sorry, the Senators, not the A's. And Orioles win a close ball game. What a pitching duel that was. Senators, no runs on 2 hits and no errors. The Orioles, 1 run on 3 hits and an error. Let's see if that was a home run, or if they did it the old-fashioned way. That was the old-fashioned way. In the 9th inning, they score. Sure. The bottom of the 9th. A walk, a single, and a sacrifice fly. How about that? How about that, folks? That's doing it. 8 innings of shutout ball winning in the bottom of the ninth. The costly walk comes in to haunt the Senators. All right, let's go to LA and see what happens here with the Chicago White Sox going out here, the LA Wrigley. And the Angels win. White Sox 2 runs on 4 hits and an error. The Angels 4 runs on 6 hits and no errors. We got a double hitter out here in LA. Let's see what happens in the second game, folks. And the Angels sweep the doubleheader. Big difference from the first game. White Sox 8 runs on 13 hits and an error. The Angels 9 runs on 12 hits and 2 errors. See what the star is here. Thomas for the Angels drives in 7 runs, man, out of the 9. Shoo. Let's take a look at that box score. We'll actually go to the scorecard here. And he had a single, he had a sacrifice fly for an RBI, a 3-run homer, and a 3-run double. So, sure. How about that? Now we travel up to Minnesota for the Kansas City Athletics taking on the Twins. And the Twins win at home. Shut out the Athletics. Blow them out. Athletics 0 runs on 7 hits and an error. The Twins 9 runs on 12 hits and no errors. And that's it for your fast score, fast play here. Games. Let's take a look at the standings after May 19th. And the Yankees are leading the division by 1 game over the Angels. Cleveland is 4.5 games back. Orioles are 6.5 games back. The Tigers are under 500, 7.5 games back. The Twins are 7.5 back. The Red Sox are 7.5 back. And you got the White Sox 8.5 games back. Kansas City 12.5, and the lonely Senators 14.5 games back. I want to thank Thomas for stopping by, and Hunter. Again, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for reminders, and on your way out here, Cleveland, here, hit that like button, leave some comments, tell me what you think of this 1961 replay and this game. Until next time, y'all take care.